Hey everybody, welcome to Wingman's Hangar, episode 6. I can't believe we made it this far either, can you? Coming up this week, we've got a lot of cool stuff happening here at Cloud Imperium Games, Robert Space Industries. Lots of stuff going on. We have the week in review. We tell you a little bit about what went on here in the offices of Robert Space Industries. We have the forum feedback, where we answer some, but never all, of your questions. Make them wanting more. We also have Wide World News, where it's little tidbits from what's going on around the world that kind of relates to what we're doing here at Star Citizen. And then our own Sandy Gardner and Chris Roberts, Star Citizens 1 and 2, visit the offices of Oculus Rift VR, or Oculus VR. So we'll have a little bit of footage from that and some interviews, and you'll be able to check out what's up there. That's pretty doggone cool. And last, but not least, we have an interview with lead vehicle artist Chris Smith. He's doing some of the really, really cool spaceships and guns and all the other cool stuff you're going to see in Star Citizen. So it's going to be a really action-packed show today. So let's just get on with it, shall we? In the week in review, today we got our lead designer, Robert Irving, started. Rob came from Origin Systems. He worked on Privateer. He worked on Wing Commander. Brilliant. We pulled him back in the industry. He had left the industry a few years ago. We yanked his butt back in because he wanted to make another really cool space game. I mean, who doesn't at the end of the day, right? We also this week began our search for our physics programmer. It's a very, very important position here. We're looking for a really, really talented physics programmer to help us make this game. If that's you, hey, send us a resume and cover letter to hr@cloudimperiumgames.com, and maybe we'll hook you up. Also, we were really sorry and distressed to hear about Junction Point. Friends of ours, that Disney closed their studio here in Austin. We never like to see studios go out of business because, you know, we've all been there. But that does mean there's more talent on the roster available for us. And it's all about us, baby! So, again, sorry to hear about it, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people come over here. Also, our own Ben Lesnick, our community manager, got engaged. That's right, the Benner got engaged. So it's very excited. Are we showing a picture of the Ben, Mike? Are we able to get Ben and his beautiful bride up there? Is that a no?
There it is. There's your picture.
There's our picture. So anyway, there they are, the lovely couple. Ben has gotten engaged, and we're very happy for Ben. He took a couple days off last week, and more happy that she said yes. Also, the first draft of the story for Squadron 42 got started. So if we can get the guys in the hallway to stop talking because we hear them on the microphone, that'd be great. They can't stop the verse, Mal. Anyway, so let's get, without further ado, let's go to forum feedback. We'll talk a little bit about what went on. So we actually answer the questions from you guys. From Hotspur, he says the Hornet is described as not being designed for long runs. And he wants to know, will it be able to perform a jump? Will it have a jump drive? What's the word, bird? Yeah, dude, come on. What good would the game be if you couldn't have a jump drive? Every ship out there is going to have a jump drive. But what will happen is a lot of your capabilities will depend on how you've outfitted your ship. So yes is the answer to your question. A good solid yes. And if I butcher some of your names on here, you know, I'm sorry, some of them are just crazy. This one being next. Patriotin. Will all weaponry be ammo-based, so you can't have energy-based weapons? No, are you kidding me? We'll have energy-based weapons. We'll have ballistic-based weapons. We'll have missiles. Ballistic and missiles, I guess, are the same thing. So anyway, the point is we'll have hard missiles, bullets, all kinds of crap out there that you can do. And they'll all do different damage types. They'll all have different effects on the different hulls and ships. And so again, it comes down to how you customize your ship to make it work, you know. So yes is the answer to the question. It will have lots of different types of ammo. From Wizard99, in late December, the RSI site announced it will be restructured to create a closed backer, pledger, subscriber area on the website. Yeah, that's still coming. We are planning to do that. But what we've decided to do is we're building the website from scratch. And what that means is that the first website we had up, you guys overwhelmed it. I mean, you crashed here, you crashed Reddit. So we needed a more vibrant, better website. So a lot of the upgrades that people are waiting on are coming, but they're being done by our web company in Montreal, which we're hoping to have late March, early April, where it's just going to be one big switch and we go, kunk! And you guys go, oh, we are not worthy. And that's exactly what we hope to have happen. So a lot of this stuff you're going to have to wait. So yes, that's coming. From Leok, any dogfighting planned for the middle of a nebula, like in an atmosphere? Dude, really? No, it's just space. It's just going to be one big black box, no stars, no planets. There's no dogfighting. It's just one big turning battle. Come on, man. Of course there's nebulas. If you think of nebulas, if you think of asteroid fields, space has terrain. It all has terrain. We're absolutely going to have battles in nebulas. Now, maybe the nebula would knock out your shields. Maybe some nebula speeds you up. Maybe some slow you down. There's going to be all kinds of different variables that are in space. Basically, that is our terrain. And there's going to be benefits to that. I mean, some ships will be better in those areas than others. Some you'll be able to drag people into nebulas, like Khan. Where are you, Kirk? Cordoba for you old schoolers. So, yes, that will be happening. From Dulnor, what kind of eats are around the new office? Who leaves the building office for lunch, dinner? Wow. We actually have a really cool office space in downtown Austin, really close to the college, the University of Texas. And so we have all kinds of places around here. We have the Dog and Duck, which is a local pub about a block and a half away. Clay Pit is where we go for Indian foods. We have Thundercloud Subs, Subway, Jimmy John's for the bigger ones, but Thundercloud for the win. El Mercado for Mexican-American food. Texas Chili Parlor for good chili. So basically we all go out. We basically go out every day. And, sometimes we all go out together. Sometimes there's groups of 4 and 5 that trickle out. But yeah, the eating food around here is obviously not a problem. Oh. And not to mention, you guys have sent us gift certificates. Oh my God. Last week after the show, Chulak sent us pizza. Pizza! The Wingman really liked that, Chulak. Big ups to you. Thank you. I think he's in Ohio or something, and he was able to order pizza. So the last question is from Domkat. He asks me, leg or breast? Well, that's a really good question, Domkat. I'm a dark meat kind of guy, so I prefer the thighs and the legs. In fact, I go to Popeye's Chicken a lot for the thigh and leg combo. I get the spicy version with a little bit of red beans and rice. So that's my favorite. So legs and thighs for me. Thank you. Now it's time for the Wide World News. This week, filmmakers Derek Von Gorder and Otto Stockmeyer released their do-it-yourself space opera short film, C-299-792 kilometers per second. This film is a throwback to the days of camera visual effects and scale model ships. While the latest digital cameras were used to shoot the film, the filmmakers didn't use any digital effects or green screens. All the sets and props were built by hand and filmed in camera. Ship's interiors were built with lots of pegboard, blinking lights, and projected graphics. Kind of takes you back to the old Star Wars or Star Trek days. The space exterior was shot with 4-foot plastic and metal model, complete with fiber optic lighting. So the story revolves around a Lieutenant Commander Malik and a mutiny aboard a wartime spaceship as she attempts to divert that weapon of mass destruction from a terrible purpose towards a far grander human plan. The best part of this is the Project Kickstarter's campaign was funded to over twice of their goal, allowing the filmmakers to complete their realized vision. We're big fans of Kickstarter. We're big fans of crowdfunding stuff. So, if you get a chance, go out and support our fellow Kickstarter crowdfunded things. And the more space cool stuff out there, all because of you guys, the better off we are. All right, that takes us to our next bit. The Weekly Weather Wizard. It's brand new. We're introducing it here. We're going to send our own Pete around the verse to find out what the weather's like around different areas. So while we're on the subject of spaceships, let's talk to Pete on the hangar deck of the Constellation-class ship Merryweather. Pete, how's that weather?
There is no weather. Back to you, Eric.
Well, there you go. So there's no weather on the hangar deck. Who knew that? So Pete didn't mess up his hair. if he had any. Anyway, thank you, Pete, and that's your Wide World News. All right, today's Wingman's Hangar interview guest is a master shipbuilder and will be creating many of the ships and guns you'll see in the Star Citizen universe. Chris Smith talks about his shipbuilding plans with our own Sandy Gardner.
I'm Chris Smith. I'm going to be the lead vehicle artist for the game Star Citizen. And basically, I'll be doing the big spaceships.
What exactly do you...
Well, basically, the vehicles in the game are going to be the spaceships. You're going to have small spaceships where the guys fly in, and then the big ones, the carriers, where basically you can walk around in and everything. So I'll be making those very spaceships.
So basically all the ships, Constellation, the Aurora, the 300i...
I don't know if I'll be doing all of them because there's going to be a lot of ships that we're going to have to do, and the time frame is very, very short.
I'm coming to him for the Cutlass. I'm here with Chris Smith, lead vehicle artist.
Wow, that was an awesome interview. And look who's here. He's right here. I can't believe it either. And we can look at me moving the camera. Let me get it just straight. There we go. Perfect. So, Chris, you're going to join us live, and you're going to take some questions.
Right.
And I'm going to ask you to answer some of them in German, if that's okay with you. Can you handle that?
Ja, das würde, glaube ich, that would work.
Yeah, thank God he did that because I have no idea what he stinking said.
Yeah,
okay, so
no,
from
that was
Fireball, if you will also work on the 3D damage models of the ships, can you tell us something about it? Will we see shot-off parts flying around in space junk? How detailed is it going to be?
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have the big spaceships, and they'll be able to take damage. Parts will be flying off, and do the appropriate effects.
Bodies?
I think bodies.
There'll be bodies, baby.
There'll be bodies.
Oh yeah, there's
of
got to
course.
be
You wanna see
bodies.
some bodies flying through space.
Everybody likes a good body.
And maybe they can blow up and pop or something.
I think I'm already on the. Is that what's going on to me? I'm getting ready to blow
We're
up.
in space.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
Well,
losing pressure.
We'll stop now. Okay. So from Awesome AD, how much flexibility do you have to add your own flavor when you translate the ship and gun concepts into the game engine, like yourself? How much flexibility do you have?
Well, I started with a weapon so far. I'll be working from concept, from either 3D or 2D concept, and I usually add my own flavor to my own things. Definitely in the texture side and maybe in the modeling side. We'll see. Once I get to a point and it's presented, and maybe I need to do some adjustments. Because sometimes a 2D concept drawing, you don't see the other side, for example.
Sure.
So you have to make up your own thing.
That's right. That's right.
So in that case, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot, but it's a lot of you.
Flavor.
I mean, essentially they hand
Some
you
German engineering.
German engineering. Farfetnuken. Right, from Xeno War. I don't think it's actually a word, is it? Farfetnuken. The Volkswagen.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? What's it mean?
Well, it just means like have fun with driving, kind of. Like
Have fun with driving.
Yeah.
So we were Farfet. How do you
Like
say? Can we
like
say
fun.
Farfet Wingman's Hangar?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. From Xeno War, what are the challenges in designing something that is completely unknown to humans?
Well, I mean, there's, it's basically you draw from the influences that you've had, growing up. The movies that you watch are your favorite sci-fi movies and those things. They always have things in there. I mean, Star Wars, great influence. Those kinds of things are all future sci-fi movies, and you draw from those influences, and then also from real world technology, and you kind of meld them together, and you come up with something unique and something that could be in the future.
Cool. I mean, it seems to be you just worked on Starhawk, and there was some pretty cool stuff in that, right?
Yeah.
So,
We it was definitely futuristic, but we also wanted to keep the real world, mechanical element in there. Because it's also important to be able to relate to it, I think.
Oh, there's no doubt.
With real world stuff, if it's too far, too sci-fi, it's like nobody can relate to it. And then
That's right. I mean, it's similar to, like making a game. Everybody knows how a gun shoots, and you know what you do.
Right.
But if you made some other weapon that does the same function or something similar to a gun, you've got a whole learning curve there. So you try to keep it to where the familiar, but make it cooler. Right.
Yeah,
I get you.
sure.
Yeah, I like it. All right. From intelligent perspective, You have discussed designing small to large scale ships in the interview with Sandy. Do you prefer working on smaller or larger ships? So does size matter?
Size does matter.
Indeed.
I actually prefer working on the smaller ships.
Oh, man. So, Chris's wife must be happy.
Yeah.
All right, so smaller ships then.
The smaller ships basically, like the little personal thing. I guess, with the bigger ships, they're almost like a whole level.
Right.
So the smaller ships, it seems like you can concentrate more like on the cockpit, and like more like detail stuff, and make it real intricate, and in that way. Plus, it's just less of a headache sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and also
those big ships.
we're going to spend a lot of time.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and you spend a lot of time in the cockpit. It's kind of intimate, right? It's a very intimate feel for the people, our players, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be all right. So from Steve Christie, which ship is currently on the top of your design pile?
The top of my design pile, what I'm first going to be modeling is the 300i ship.
Yes, it is the 300i. So let's answer that one in Deutsch, right? Which ship is currently? How would I ask you? You ask yourself that question. Which ship is on top, and then answer it.
Also, welches Spaceship werde ich zuerst modeln? Und das wäre der 300i. Den 300i werde ich zuerst modeln.
There you go.
What is it?
He probably said that I
Little
hate
rusty.
the guy to my right, but whatever, that's fine. So, last question. If you were in a freezing situation and you were going to have to share a sleeping bag with me or Mark in negative 30-degree weather, now assuming, of course, that you can't have clothes on. So, because you got to have the bodies to heat to survive, and you can't cut us open like
in Star
a
Wars.
hawk. Yeah. So who would it be? Or maybe it'd be all of us.
Well, I would say both of you guys. I mean, the more
Sweet.
the merrier, right? I mean, I need to have some front insulation,
What?
some back.
Well,
No.
whoa, let's get him. Let's get him, Mark. No.
Sandwich!
All right, that was uncomfortable. Anyway, listen.
Well, I'm very warm now.
Yeah, I bet you are. You're kind of chilly. All right. Well, I want to thank Chris Smith for joining us today,
Thank you.
and Mark for popping in there unannounced, which is always a good thing. You guys are going to meet him. He's crazy as well. We want to thank the folks at Oculus VR for sharing their plans for virtual reality. The weekly weather wizard Pete will come up with the last name. It needs to be something funny. For his insightful reporting. We'd also like to thank the subscribers. Again, I cannot tell you enough. We can't do this show without people subscribing and having this money. It allows us to do these large marketing projects. We still do a lot of the things that show the ships and stuff, but we couldn't do Jump Point. We couldn't do the Wingman's Hangar. We couldn't do a lot of this. I mean, essentially, we just do like chat roles and stuff. So this allows us to do a lot more for the community, which is really great. So thank you to the subscribers. If you want to join the subscriber list, great. We'd love that too.
You say Danke.
Dunka.
Danke.
What does that mean?
Thank you.
All right. I actually knew that. You're welcome. Also, again, congratulations to Ben Lesnick. Thanks for your continued support. So coming up this next week, we'll have a little bit more about Rob Irving and what he's done. He's starting with the Bible today. We'll have today is a very important day. We're hoping today we get out Death of a Spaceman. Chris Roberts is going to describe in detail how the hot button topic permadeath, which is really a poor way of saying it. It's really not permanent. I don't want to give too much away. Watch for the update from Chris. Hopefully we'll get that out today. I think you guys are going to like it. Also, there was a question in the forums this week I had to get to that said, is it going to be a family-friendly game? Yes, but that's all going to depend on what you consider to be a family-friendly game. Let me put it this way. I let my 10-year-old play M-rated games. You figure the rest out. So, anyway, for subscribers, we also have today, for subscribers, we have exclusive wallpapers just for you. But don't worry, folks. They'll be available for everybody else next week. Thank you, and we'll see you later. By the way, that was a joke.
Cheers.
See you later, Wingman's Hangar.
Cheers.
Out.
Bye.
Out.